sure we have a way to be in touch with you. So if anybody hasn't, please make sure that you do. Okay, great.
I just want to make one comment that I did notice, that even though we were separated into 3 groups, a lot of the stuff that each of you guys recorded is very similar.
Yeah.
And it shows that there is a lot of, like this is basically you're getting the same kind of thing from the groups, even though we weren't together at the same table. So that's kind of interesting.
And that's quite common in the other communities. The reason that we split it up is because it's much more engaging. Usually when you try and have, if there's only 20 people, then a couple people tend to dominate the conversation, nobody else participates. Whereas this way, you get a lot more engagement, and you do end up with common themes, and it gets reported out to everybody, so it's not like, it's sort of, you come to the same place, but more people get to participate. Okay?
Alex?
Okay.
Will we be getting emails at the sites that we've written down so we can find out what happens as a result of tonight?
Yes, and he's just about to go over what happens as a result again. But if you sign the sign-up sheet, you put your email, you'll get one. That's the whole reason he's talking about the sign-up sheet. So let's do the next step.
Just before you do that, how many folks are looking for the C-bus? Okay, so because Ken just went down and see, so I'm going to say 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Yeah, we'll be out here in 15 for sure. Okay.
Okay, so just to reiterate, what happens beyond this meeting is we have a couple more meetings like this. And we'll be gathering all of that commentary that we've heard. We'll be posting notes from each of the meetings online. We'll also be posting a summary of all of the meetings in sort of like a proceedings report that tries to capture the main themes and communicating that and putting that on the internet as well. And we'll notify you with the contact information that you provide to let you know that that stuff is available for you to see. And if you want to provide comments, there's been a few questions about that, then that'll be an opportunity for you to send in comments. Past that period, we'll be revising the engagement strategy based on what we've been hearing and trying to address some of the things that we've heard. And as Alex mentioned, keeping in mind what we're able to do and considering all of the different things that we've been hearing from different people and considering the time that we have. Beyond that, it's about bringing together this advisory committee as a first step. And then beginning to do things like having workshops on some of the things that have been highlighted as priorities and starting to build links to other planning and advisory processes so that there are multiple ways for people to be providing input. We're looking to convene that advisory committee by around June of this year. So between now and June, another thing that you'll be hearing is us coming back out to communities and back out to interest groups to invite you to start talking about with one another about identifying participants for these advisory committees or working groups as we move down the line. So that's something else that you'll be hearing from us about, is inviting you to nominate people or identify participants in all of this. And then once we've got that advisory committee formed, it's time to sort of start the clock on this planning process and actually engage people on what we want to do with an integrated management plan. So that's our plan here. And just in closing, I think it's great to have a really strong turnout here. I'm inspired by the number of people who've come out and what you've shared. So I just want to thank you for the time that you've taken out of your evening to come here. It's very useful and grounding for us to hear about community perspectives. So thank you.
Alex, did you want to say a few things from the steering committee?
No, I think Neil covered it all there.
Okay.
Maybe one thing, Alex, is I noticed some of the values that we've been talking about from First Nations perspective, and some of the values I hear coming from the table is similar in some ways. So protection of the environment and the tanker route, for example, oil tankers, gas pipeline, whatever. Those are something that we oppose our First Nations in. Other than that, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from any of the hereditary chiefs would like to say something?
What's the score?
What's the score? Did you want to say something?
Oh, I just I came late to the meeting, so I might have missed something, but I was just wondering about the intent of the federal government. Do they want to make? Do they honestly want to make changes to the way things are done on the west coast of British Columbia?
I think the answer is yes.
Oh, good.
We can talk more in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, folks.
Thank you. I'd like to say thank you for coming.